days. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Now I'm going to finish it.
Oh, guys, and if you have any question, comments, jokes, or disagreements, I'll be happy to engage with it, and we can get the call-in line open. Appreciate the support, by the way, for those of you guys who like the video. But you can feel free to send a Venmo, Super Chat, or Rumble Rant with any question, comments, jokes, or disagreements. And if you can help me reach the goal, of course, we can run a conspiracy hour, and of course, open up the call-in line because I do want to hear from some of you guys who agree and disagree.
Remember, you were in Vietnam 19 years because stupid people. You were in so many different countries. Every war you were in for years. Look at Iraq. Look what you were. You were there for years. Yeah. We're there for, listen, Kirsten, we're there for a few months, and the threat is largely over. Soon it will be over. But you cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon, or they will blow you up. There will be no Kristen. There will be no NBC.
I mean, now, I'm not sure if you're talking to me, but did you not know that our U.S. bases has pretty much been destroyed in that region? Did you not read that assessment? I mean, look, bro, look. And like I said, I know you're in the military, and thank you for your service, bro, honestly. But I think you're missing something because, yeah, let's get right into it. Yeah, extensive Iranian strikes have severely damaged and rendered over a dozen U.S. military bases in the Middle East largely uninhabitable. Did you know this? All right, major hubs including Al Yahad in Qatar, Ali Al Salman in Kuwait, and Prince Sultan in Saudi Arabia have suffered destroyed hangars, barracks, and communication terminals due to persistent bombardment and compromised living conditions. Thousands of American troops have been relocated to off-base hotels and commercial buildings in host countries. I mean, this is why, we're having a hard time stopping them from coming into Bahrain right now. But yes, investigation and satellite imagery analysts indicate that at least 16 major American military sites across 8 countries, including Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain, have been struck. Man, asset destruction. Confirmed losses include high-value military assets such as damage/destroyed surveillance and early warning aircraft like E-3 Sentry and vital air defense batteries like the THAAD. Damaged hubs. So do you see the point here? Like, this is why they're able to get it off so easy. They've already rendered our bases inhabitable. They've already rendered air defense and communication, bro, useless right now. So do you see the problem here? And I know what I'm reading to most of you guys is probably breaking news. Some of y'all talking.
There will be no meet the press. You will end the meet the press string.
Let me ask you though, during your 2016 campaign, you called the Middle East a quagmire. What makes you so sure this won't become a quagmire?
We're not going to be there.
You're convinced this won't become a quagmire?
It's not a quagmire. I just wiped out the military of a very dangerous country. And I wiped out the nuclear threat. Let me tell you, if we left tomorrow, if we just said, all right, let's get out, it'll take them 15 or 20 years to rebuild back. But I'm not going to give them even that chance. I'm not going to give them that chance. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. And if there was even a 1% chance that they'd have it, I wouldn't leave. We're almost finished. We're going to either have a deal, a strong deal, a meaningful deal, not like the Obama thing. Obama was a path to a nuclear weapon. Mine is the exact opposite. And mine is a wall. It's a wall, just like I built 1,000 miles of wall on our southern border. And by the way, I took the worst border in history and I made it the best border in history in a matter of weeks.
And yet, Mr. President, Iran was the closest to developing weapons-grade uranium after you ripped up the nuclear deal because there were no guardrails in place.
They were developing it during the nuclear deal. Right. You don't know that? Iran, when Obama signed that stupid deal where he paid them billions and billions of dollars, he thought he could bribe them. Listen to me. They were developing a nuclear weapon. That's how they got.
No, they weren't, bro. We had 18 different departments of intelligence go out there and come to you and say, no, the fuck they aren't. But all of a sudden, Mossad comes to you and they're like, actually, yeah, they are. You're like, okay, bro. Tulsi Gabbard said that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. The fatwa, aka the religious ruling given by Khomeini in 04, 06 still stands. And they don't have no nuclear weapons program. They've stockpiled 60% and that's it. So they have not went towards a nuclear. Here's the thing: we'd be able to track if they went from that 60 to 90, guys, and then we could sit there and be like, if you sit there and say, "Yo, set they're at 90%," then I'm like, okay, well, good, we got to stop them. But when they're at 60%, trust me, as soon as they start trying to get to that 90, we'll find out. We'll be able to track it. I mean, guys, we was able to track their nuclear program without the IAEA on the ground in 2009. That's how we caught Fordo. So what makes you think that we wouldn't be able to catch these guys go from 60 to 90? And this is what I'm telling you. This is why it's all BS. He's pretty much lying to the American people, trying to say that, oh, Iran was this imminent nuclear threat, even though our own CIA assessment says, our own intelligence assessment says, no, not at all. They're not a nuclear threat whatsoever. But hey, he got to sell a war, guys. He got to convince you that they were going to go into a nuke at any moment. If it wasn't going to be at the end of the JCPOA, away, if it wasn't going to be at the end of Midnight Hammer, it was going to be sometime, guys. And that's the problem. At a certain point, you're kind of wondering then, like, why are you sitting here negotiating with people that you don't trust in or outside of a deal? Like, let's just use common sense, guys. Really think about what Trump is doing. He's negotiating with people he don't trust in or outside of a deal. And if that's how I feel about somebody and I want to get something from them and I don't feel like I can negotiate with them or I can trust them in or outside of a deal, then I guess I'm just going to have to use force. Because then what's the point if I'm always going to have that distrust and I'm going to resort to force anyway?
There, they got all of this uranium during Obama. You know that, don't you? Well, that's how they got there. Don't say this. They got there. They developed it during the Barack Hussein Obama, during his administration.
They've escalated.
And whoever said that Iran announced they no, Iran never announced that they were developing nukes. Iran announced that they have a 60% stockpile. They have a stockpile of 60% uranium that if they were to enrich could create 11 nukes. They never said they never said they were announcing it. And if they were announcing it, bro, I'm sorry, but don't you think we'd have probably been a little bit more serious about this? Like, let's just keep it real.
Their development after the deal was wrapped up. But let's talk about the economy. I want to talk about the economy.
If I didn't go in there with the B-2 bombers, they would right now have a nuclear weapon, and it could be that half of the world.
I'm sorry, but like, guys, how dumb is it to think that, oh, well, as soon as they make it, they're just going to attack the U.S.? Yeah, I'm sorry, but if they was these irrational actors, then why not just take out the entire Middle East and all of our assets already? Why didn't they just go ahead and start taking out bases and close the strait after the 12-day war? Why didn't they just go ahead and go towards a nuke and not create a religious fatwa? I mean, all of you guys are fear-mongering off like nothing, honestly, and the facts don't line up with your fears of Iran striking the U.S. And I'm be real with you, if they struck the U.S., they'd be glassed overnight, so it'd be assured destruction. Like, let's just keep it real here. And if that's what they wanted, they could have been had that like 10 years ago, guys. Honestly, they could have been had that under Biden. While we were over there distracted with Ukraine and other guys, Iran was at 6% enrichment. They could have just went ahead all under Biden while he was all distracted being senile and with Ukraine to get a nuke, but they didn't. So what's all this fear mongering on when past actions have showed that Iran is not even that much of a radical actor? I'm not saying that the Ayatollahs people that we can trust, but I'm just saying that, well, honestly, actually, I kind of am saying that they are people that we can trust when it comes to getting in control of their enriched uranium. We can trust them with that. When it comes to their proxies, no. When it comes to their missiles, no, because those are just something that they're just never willing to negotiate on. But they have been shown to be willing to negotiate when it comes to their enrichment program.
Eradicated.
Let me ask you about the economy. You got a strong jobs report today that beat expectations.
Not strong. Really strong.
Beat expectations.
By how much? Triple.
172,000 jobs created. And yet.
Oh, yeah, guys, you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements? I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with it. Just $2 and up, or you can send in a Venmo. You can see, you can hit the QR code above, or you can go ahead and hit the username right there. Appreciate the support, guys. And don't forget to double tap that screen and like the video or smash that like button, depending on where you're watching. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get right back to it.
172,000 jobs created. And yet, gas is up, diesel is up.
It's all coming down as soon as the war's over.
Well, 70% of farmers say they can't afford fertilizer. What's your message?
The farmers are doing very well.
Let me ask you,
now, here's the thing, though. We do got some economic experts that are pretty much saying that we won't see like $3 gas until 2032 because of this war and because of how the supply chain now has to catch up. But here's the thing. I mean, I don't necessarily believe that. I do believe we can kick off some things to drop down prices faster while the global supply chain catches up. But this is where the experts are telling us they're pretty much saying that it's going to take like pretty much to 2032 to get back to the pricing that we had before this war. And I hope that's not true. I really do. But I'm just telling you what a couple of economists has been swinging around.
What's your message to farmers, many who support you, but who say
All of
they're
them
struggling?
support me.
Who say
Because
they're
there's
struggling?
nobody been better to farmers. You know, I gave farmers last term $28 billion because China took advantage and other people. And you know who paid for it? China. Last term. You know, I had a great first term. I had the greatest economy ever. And you know what? This one's blowing it away.
What's your message to farmers, though, Mr. President, who say they are struggling? They're struggling to make ends
Are you ready?
meet.
Are you ready? Am I allowed to talk? You keep asking questions and you don't listen to the answers. I love the farmers, and the farmers love me, and the farmers trust me. In the first term, I had something very similar. China and others were, and Canada, who was brutal, they were taking advantage of our farmers. They don't take advantage of it anymore. I gave them $28 billion split up. They never had a payday like that. And the farmers loved me, and they came back and they voted for me in record numbers. You know that nobody's ever even come close. Now, because of the fact that we had a choice, I had a choice to make. I could keep it going. The farmers were doing great. Fertilizer was very cheap. Everything was cheap. Gasoline was very low. Everything was very low. I could have kept it that way, but I said I have to take a little.
All right, John, I guess I'm going to have to school you a little bit, but I ain't going to lie, though. You are nice about it, so I appreciate that. But all terrorism in the Middle East have attacked someone is sponsored by Iran. Well, actually, no, because Hezbollah, they attacked, I mean, let's be real, Hezbollah and Israel, they was at it before Iran started, sponsoring them. And Hezbollah was created, honestly, by Israel's aggression. So there's one terrorist group that wasn't sponsored by Iran or created by Iran. It was created by the aggression of Israel. And so was Hamas. And Hamas is a Sunni group being sponsored by a Shia group. They were only being sponsored by Iran because Iran, is actually aligned. They say they align with the oppressed. So there's another group right there. And then you got the Houthis. The Houthis been a group before Iran sponsored them, and they've been able to take land before Iran. So there you go. So here's the thing, though. It's also crazy. Here's the thing. There's other Arab countries that are our allies that also, sponsor these radical groups inside like Yemen, Sudan, like, you feel me? Somalia. So yeah, actually, you actually got to go back further than 09. You really got to go back further than 09. Honestly, you could take it back all the way back to 1948. You could take it all the way back to the 1900s. And if you take all that history and bring it up to now, you know what you get? You get that we should stop effing around in the Middle East because all we do is cause more suffering and create more terrorists. Like, if you're just being honest with yourself, you really look at everything, you should come to that conclusion pretty easily. Like, please tell me one good thing we've gotten out of getting into it with the Middle East. Please tell me, because we haven't gotten really anything at all. I'll go ahead and answer it for you. And here's the thing, like I said, you can't really complain about these terrorist groups when, we support them. I mean, the reason why the head of Al-Qaeda is leading Syria is because we supported it. I mean, the reason why ISIS was causing tyranny in Syria is because we supported it. That we were supporting the Taliban as well. I mean, so we sponsor terrorism too, and we put more money into our terrorist groups than Iran. So when people like to say Iran's the biggest sponsor of terrorism, I like to say, well, if you take us out the equation, then sure.
A little bit of a turn. The farmer's going to understand it better than anybody. We're going to have higher gasoline. We're going to have a little higher fertilizer, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to get rid of a nuclear weapon in the hands of very dangerous people. Excuse me, wait. It should have been done for 47 years. No president had the guts to do it. I did it, and I've done it. It's almost complete. As soon as that's complete, gasoline prices are going to drop like a rock. I was in Iowa speaking about farms, and it was before we attacked.
Oh, and I mean, like, guys, please tell me where I'm wrong. No, please tell me where I'm wrong, because everything I told you is factual. And the thing is, I think that you guys don't know enough about the Middle East, and I think you just don't like getting schooled by, well, probably somebody that's younger than you about history that you didn't really bother looking into. You just believed with everything that mainstream media told you about the Middle East. So my bad for being the arbiter of truth. But can you refute what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I'll be nice enough, and I'll let some of you guys on. I'll let some of you guys on to refute me. Why not? How about that? because some of you guys are just looking a bit pathetic right now. You're not really telling me how I'm wrong. You're just saying that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But let's be real. I just explained it pretty extensively, and that you just can't refute it because you don't know anything about the Middle East, dude, at all. You don't know anything about Middle Eastern politics or geopolitics in general. But I mean, look, I'll be happy to post a call-in link. You can come up here. We can have a 15 to 20-minute debate on it, and you'll most likely get cooked.
Iran. And I was in Iowa, and the prices were $1.85 a gallon, $1.91 a gallon. What?
This time, it wasn't the rain, but an audio issue that forced us to pause the interview again. Are gas prices going higher, or have they peaked?
They're going to come low, very low. They're going to go lower than they were before.
Have they peaked?
As soon, well, it depends. I mean, it depends where the war goes. It could be I'll have to give them a shot, and it could be we'll sign an agreement. If we sign an agreement, they'll go down now. Otherwise, they'll go down after we're finished.
You have a new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh.
Yeah.
His first meeting in the role is later this month. After this month's jobs report, economists now say it's possible the Fed may have to raise rates. Do you think that's possible? And what would your reaction be, sir?
So I'm of a different feeling. I think Kevin's fantastic, and I want him to do whatever he wants. I don't want to have a big influence on him. But we had a great report. We're doing great. And it's unfair that whenever you do great, they want to raise interest rates. It should be the opposite way. You know, if you go back 15 or 20 years, when you had...
Now, Trump, you're really not saying that, oh, well, we're doing great. Bro, inflation is up. Unaffordability is high. I mean, things have not gotten more affordable since you started this war, obviously. So you can't say things are great. Yeah, we get that the stock market is doing well. Billionaires and millionaires are making money, and that's fantastic. I ain't hating. But that doesn't translate down to the affordability of your average American, like at all whatsoever. Like everybody's experiencing higher pricing. Everybody's experiencing higher like forms of unaffordability. I mean, across the board. So you can't sit here and say that, oh, the economy is doing great when unaffordability is bad. I mean, unless you want to be honest and say, look, I know unaffordability is shit, but hey, bro, look, man, the Dow's up. Look at all these billionaires and millionaires making money, man. F the American people in their wallet, bro. F that, man. F the prices you see at the gas station. F the prices you see at the grocery store. The Dow is over 50,000, guys.
Good reports, the market went up. Nowadays, when you have good reports, the market goes down because they think they're going to raise interest rates. There's no reason to raise interest rates. The country becomes great. We built the country by doing great and having rates low. What they do is when they raise interest rates, they try and kill success. I don't want to kill success. We should.
Bro, John, come on, though. You're actually proving how you don't know anything. Al-Qaeda been a terrorist group when we supported them. Like, bro, Saudi Arabia is considered Osama bin Laden a terrorist, and we supported him. What are you talking about? We supported plenty of terrorists. This is why I don't really understand the argument of, oh, they support terrorism in that area. So do we. And bro, their terrorists is fighting our terrorists. So it's almost like a fair game. And here's the thing is, we put more money into our terrorists than they do. Why? Because obviously we got more money. So thank you for pretty much saying that, yes, that you're low-key right. Yeah, you kind of are right. It is kind of useless to complain about terrorist proxies when we fund and put way more money into our terrorist proxies than Iran does.
Actually lower interest rates. Now, if inflation comes, and you know, people live with inflation, but if inflation comes, what happens is you stamp it out. But success can kill inflation, just like higher interest rates. What they do now is, like, we had great job numbers. You agree, right?
They beat expectations.
Not expectations, like 3 times. Okay, but you ready?
Now, here's the problem, though. Like, the job numbers were great. No, they were excellent. The thing is, though, that they're pretty much saying that they were mainly low-paying jobs. So apparently there was an increase in low-paying jobs, and I'm just like, you know, what type of low-paying jobs are we talking about? Like, what, McDonald's or something? Or are we considering, like, the 30 to 40K range and all that good stuff? Like, I was trying to figure out what they meant by low-paying, but that's mainly the job that was added to the economy last month. Was low paying jobs. And here's the thing, I'm not mad at it. That's still success in a way. Like, hey, there need to be low paying jobs too. All right. Like, I'm not really sure what a lot of people are tripping about with the job numbers. I honestly do think people do have a little bit too much TDS when it comes to Trump. I'm like, bro, the job numbers are good. Be happy about that. I'm waiting on the inflation report. Really, I'm hoping that the inflation goes down. We're at 3.8%, and if we tick over to 4%, people are going to start losing it.
What do? They say, "Oh, let's raise interest rates." It's the wrong thing to do. Into the greatest machine that the world has ever seen. But you can't do that when everybody immediately raises interest rates. So we had great job numbers. We're doing great. You know, we're building more factories. We have more money coming into our country right now from other countries and people than ever before. Wait a minute. What happens? I don't want to just kill it with high interest rates. Growth is the greatest thing you can have. And growth does not cause inflation.
Would you be upset if they raised rates? What is your message to them about that?
Living with Kevin, I have a lot of respect for him. But my feeling is that when a country is doing well, they shouldn't be penalized by immediately raising interest rates. They should actually.
Oh, guys, and like I said, if you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements, I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with it. Just $2 and up in the super chat or Venmo, guys. Appreciate the support and help me reach the goal. Now, I was going to allow some of you guys to come in, but I guess none of you guys want to take the challenge to debate me on the Iran conflict / war. So it is what it is. It's all right, guys. I get it. But it's way easier to be a chat warrior, to be a keyboard warrior, than actually come up here and defend your positions. I understand. I get it. Not really, but I get it. So what you can do, you can send a super chat in, get it heard then. You don't even got to come up here, but you can progress us towards a call in so other people with more testicle fortitude can come up.
Be incentivized. We have debt. We have other things. We have things we want to take care of. I want to go bigger on the military. I really do. If we do what I'm saying, this will be a beautiful, well-oiled machine like you've never seen before.
And when we come back, President Trump defends his controversial plan that could give payouts to January 6th rioters. This $1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund, it was going to compensate people who say the federal government weaponized the legal system against them. It's been blocked by the courts, met with opposition from Republicans
and Democrats
in Congress and Democrats.
Excuse me. Mostly Democrats.
Mostly
some
Democrats and some Republicans.
Some. Very few Republicans.
Just to be very clear, are you backing off the fund completely, as your acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has said, or are you looking for another avenue to revive the fund?
Let me explain what the fund is. People have been hurt so badly by radical left lunatics that worked for the Biden administration and Sleepy Joe. They're vicious, they're violent, what they did to people. And of course, they went after me more than anybody else. They raided Mar-a-Lago and all the other things. But people have been badly hurt. They've committed suicide. They've lost their jobs. They've lost their families. They've lost their wives. They've lost everything. They've lost everything over a fake weaponization of government. Now,
so
let me just tell you.
Are you looking for a way to revive it?
Well, look, if it was up to me, I'd pay them the kind of money that they deserve. People have been destroyed. Lives have been destroyed. Many suicides. Think of it. People have committed suicide because a bunch of thugs went after them. So me personally, I think the weaponization fund is a great idea. And so
I don't know. Here's the thing. There's already a way to sue the government if you feel like you've been wronged by the government. So this weaponization fund, this seems a bit unnecessary. Like, I get the idea behind it. Like, I really do. And it's a noble idea behind it, but the execution just seems a bit corrupt. It's like I said, if somebody want to sue the government, they feel like they've been wrong, there's already a means to do that. Setting aside a fund just seems a bit, sus.
Many other Republicans, you have to get it approved. If they get it approved, that's great. If they don't get it approved, I'd be disappointed.
All right, we're going to motor through this.
But you have to understand, people have been destroyed by crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy
no
like Bolton was a dirty cop.
But there's no evidence.
Wait a minute. Oh, you think Comey was a
170
strong?
Oh, guys, and if you're on the vertical stream, make sure to transfer over to the horizontal, guys, because I'm going to close the horizontal stream later on. So if you want to still be on here, make sure to go to the horizontal one, and it's a better viewing. So yes, make your way over to the horizontal stream if you're on the vertical. Appreciate the support, guys. Let's keep it going, and don't forget to smash that like button. Appreciate the support.
people who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No,
They
but
had
the people who
FBI.
assaulted police
Listen to
officers.
me. They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into the building. Those people walking around, they're looking always in the side. They weren't in. They were
There's
being
no
ushered
evidence
into
of
the
that,
building.
sir. There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops. And frankly, what they did was
I
weaponization.
ain't gonna lie, it has been reported. It has been reported that we're FBI, at the January 6th riots. Now, were they undercover informants? The language is a bit ambiguous, but I mean, I have heard this story, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it as well. I mean, I think it was like a headline in an article. Like, what was it? Breaking, FBI finds out their FBI informants in the January 6th riots. And it's just like, yeah, let's be real. If you look at the footage from January 6th, there were people literally just letting these people in that was masked up, all black. They didn't have FBI on them, but they were acting a little weird. Like, all of January 6th is kind of crazy how they try to spin it as an insurrection, but let's be real, it was a riot. It was a protest turned riot, spun into an insurrection by mainstream media.
Of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
There's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off the table?
Look at the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled guilty?
Should they be exempt?
Because they told they were going to jail for 15 years if they didn't.
Should
They pled guilty.
True.
Because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
Okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund was going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying, but let me ask you about Todd Blanche. Let me ask you about Todd Blanche.
Listen to me.
Let's talk about Todd Blanche.
There's tremendous evidence. There's nothing but evidence.
The
election was rigged. It was a dirty election. And it's happening again right now in California.
Never presented evidence.
It's happening right now in California.
That is
right
true.
now. Look at what's happening in California.
Where's the evidence to that?
I mean, there's been documentaries, but the government has never taken like a real position on election rigging. They never really did like a true investigation. I mean, they said, oh, it happened, and that's it. And here's the thing. You know what? I do believe it happens. Actually, I do believe it happens, and I think both sides use it. I don't think it's just the Democrats who try to rig elections. I think both sides try to rig elections. That's why they don't look too deeply into it, because they know both sides are guilty of it. But hey, that's just me in my wild speculation.
The Republicans are doing well in
California. No, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with.
That's how they count the votes.
You know why they're doing that?
California.
Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. You play right into their hands with the trap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
You know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
you
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and
But,
Meet the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so
President-
is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But, Mr. President-
You're one-sided crooked network. So let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you.
Damn.
Have a good
Mr.
time.
President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat
I traveled
in the rain with
all.
you.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
we
great
traveled
with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on,
traveled
let's go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
He said, man, get out my way. I'm up out of here. I'm out. I'm going. Interview over.
I spoke with President Trump on Saturday, and we both